Um, I have a confession to make. I typically hate graduation speeches. And I didn't realize how much I hated them until I had to write one. I literally felt like they were all the same thing. Like, I get up here, I pretend for a few minutes that my high school career was mainly perfect, with the bumps and like the little bruises I took along the way to be just itty-bitty things, now that I think back on them, and that high school was a piece of cake, like Mr. O said, it's about math class.
Wait, this is what?
But if I chose to be real, I know that's not the case. For me, this was just as much about survival as it was about success. You have so many things pulling on you. You have your family, you have your school, you have your friends, you have your own personal desires. And sometimes they all pull the same way. But they all vie for your loyalty in their own respects. And sometimes it can be like noise, literally. Sometimes it seems to fit and flow smoothly together like smooth jazz in a hotel lobby. Other times, it's like chalkboards and gym floors and violin strings were all being scratched with car keys at the same time. But of all these things pulling out for me, just calling my name, one voice was more peaceful yet distinct above all of them. I'm not perfect and I'm not going to get up here in front like I am. But my family is as close to perfect as you're going to get. And the head of my family, and my mom takes very great care to do this, is Jesus Christ. Is God Almighty. And the one thing God was speaking to me this entire year was that He is faithful. And He was also speaking that He is perfect. And these are concepts I've learned since I was like 6 and younger. I grew up in a church home. These are easy things. However, I didn't understand it until this year. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong this year. I cannot exaggerate that enough to show you how I felt. And I noticed hurt and division and anger in those around me, and I had my own mess I was dealing with. And it really began to wear at me this year. But God came and He was like, I'm perfect. And I was like, okay. And I'm sorry, that's what I was like, okay. It was being quiet times, okay, that's nice. But the way I viewed God's perfection was as Zeus. Like, the Greeks viewed Zeus as this angry dude who was just as bad as I am and worse. And he was just kind of waiting for me to step out from under the tree so he could hit me with a lightning bolt. And that's how I viewed God. But that's not who God is. God is this perfect figure, this perfect being who came and died for a bunch of bad deeds. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I'm not going to go die for some roaches. I'm not. Like, they're nasty. I kill them. Where's the bleach at, you know? But that's, in essence, what God did for us. We are bad. And God died so that I could have a relationship with Him. And then the second principle is that God is faithful. And we view God as like a reality TV show cameraman. Some dude who's always there, but not necessarily actively involved. Like, have you ever seen a reality TV show cameraman's job? The lady was falling off the horse. Like, falling off the horse. Like, she was a bigger woman, and she was going to break her neck from falling off the horse. And the dude sat there with the camera. He just watched it all go down. I was like, bro. And that's how we view God sometimes. But for God to be as faithful as He says He is, it requires an active involvement in our lives. And before I front to you and make it seem like I was only with Jesus in the wee hours of the night before I got imprisoned like Paul or something, let me say that I have a fantastic, I can't even explain how great they are, support system around me. I have my mom, and for all the things I can and cannot remember, I want to thank you for your kind words, your truthful correction, and your unwavering support. I thank you for being the best mom on the planet. By your actions, you taught me to be strong and courageous, and your life as a whole, that there was no substitute for love. I could go to my mom with any problem. And I know not every child has this luxury, but I could go to my mom with every single problem that I faced, and she would give me the honest answer. And she wouldn't say it like mean, you know, like I was going to get the belt after she responded. but she would always respond with truth and honesty. I would like to thank the billiards. They're like my second family. I cannot do anything without them knowing about it. They're always there for me. Have you eaten? Where are you going? What you doing outside? And I needed that. I really do need that. Because I'll do something stupid and crazy and my mom won't be home, and guess who I have to go to? Miss Gannett or Mr. Billy. And I want to thank you both so very much. I want to thank my classmates. So, look. Man, I want to go over and give them a hug. These guys, if you want friends, if you're taking friendship applications, become friends with these guys. Because they don't just make you your friend, they make you your brother or sister, depending on your gender. Tolu, I want to thank you for always being real, always being 100% honest, and always being the thinker. You're always thinking and always challenging me to do better, whether it comes in the form of music or when I'm in class and I'm about to go on some crazy cockamamie rant. You're always challenging me to go above and beyond what I think my limits are. Emmanuel, I want to thank you, bro, for just being a good friend. That's a quality that not too many people have. You're real, you're honest, and you love, and your love is real. It's not fake love that you want something from me. It's real love. You just come up and you be you, and you're going to accept me whatever way I was. And I think, Ian, I want to thank you for Ian is honestly the person, if you're having a bad day in class, Ian is the one who notices it first and then seeks to fix it. And I want to thank you for that. There would be days I came in with a bad attitude, like angry, like I was going to stab somebody. And Ian would be the first person to react, and he'd go, "Oh man, what's wrong, dude? Let me tell a couple jokes, let me be funny, let me hop around for a little bit," and he wouldn't care how we looked, he would do it to cheer me up. And the second person who would notice is Avante, and he doesn't get angry. I've never seen Avante really angry. He gets concerned for me a lot, though. I go on some rant in class, I'm like, "This is not right, I don't understand the math problem, and Avante's just looking at me like, "Chill, Lucas." So thank you for that. I want to thank the O'Gornians for teaching me patience, understanding. I want to thank Miss Ruth especially for all the help you did with college. I can't find you, but thank you. She prepared us. She did her best to make sure we were getting scholarships and applications, applying and doing whatnot we needed to do. So I thank you. I want to thank Mrs. Robbins for helping me get my Bible service hours for the first 2 years of high school. I want to thank Miss Cease for talking to students wherever we're at and treating us all the same. I want to thank Mrs. Hutchins for being a consistent voice in my life. No matter where I was at, Miss Hutchins would always notice and always pick up on it. She's literally, I have like 20 different moms. Like, it just spanned out across my life. And she is definitely one of them. And she is always there. And she's like my mom, honestly. Like, she's always speaking the truth. I do something wrong, she's like, "You was struggling today, Miss Regina. Thank you." So for real, thank you. Thank you. I want to thank Mr. Witt for helping me to realize that the goal is always unity. Always. No, I can't find unity. But always unity. Always. We would have discussions in class, and if it had not been for Mr. Witt, I would hate certain groups of people and certain people. But Mr. Witt, I'm not kidding. I'm just being real. But Mr. Witt is always learning, always understanding, and he always pushes us to the next level. And I know I can say that for all of us up here. And I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Salas, a special shout out. There was one morning in particular where I was definitely struggling. I was so angry, I was so upset, I could not function. And I went, and it was the hero breakfast that day, and I went and grabbed a plate of food. And they looked at me, And Mrs. House, he made me a bomb plate too. It was like a breakfast burrito. He made me a bomb plate. He put it in the microwave. And I thought he was doing that just to warm it up for me. But let me warm this up for you. And I thought that's what he was doing, but he wasn't doing that. He came over and he was stalling for time to talk to me. He looked at me and he said, some of us have been there before, son. Keep fighting. Keep going. You got help. I almost cried on the man, and I'm not a big crier. He went and got my food, and later on, we were setting up chairs and stuff. He came and talked to me, gave me a big old hug. And I want to thank you. And Mrs. House was sitting right behind me, nodding. And so I thank you, Mr. and Mrs. House, for being fantastic. I want to thank the people at my church, especially Pastor David, Beatty Asafa, Beatty Eshete, Surah, Nathan, Samuel, Sam, Sally, Daniel, Yoni G, and Mr. Phil. When I met these guys, it was over internship for most of them, and I viewed them all as like cool coworkers I could go hang with after work. But now, they're like family. I call Sam, he's here, I brag about him. I call him and I lie to him. Sam's not like my mom, but he is always honest. Like, he's not, when I say like my mom, I'm like, he's not a girl. But he's always honest, and he's always kind, and he always spits the truth at you. And so there would be days I would text him and be like, I'm struggling. And he would spit some scripture up, and I'd be like, where did you find that? And so, in conclusion, people ask you at the end of your graduation, what are you going to do with your life? I'm chilling. I'm not kidding. Because I refuse to make my life an example of what not to do. Like, everybody gets out here and they compromise and they give up this and they give up that for the people around them, and I'm not trying to do that. So I'm chilling. I'm waiting on God to speak, and I'm going to move in that direction. So besides chilling, what else do you have in mind for the future? This summer marks my first musical release, with an EP coming out pretty soon, and I hope to make music. And I hope to continue to make music for as long as possible, to reach the people I cannot simply reach by talking alone. Thank you all.